Oh, peace at last. A chance to think. I mean, how often do you get a chance to think? There's so many things to do. There's only enough hours in the day. I mean, that Jeremy Kyle, he'll know what you sell, you know. So, I get a wee cup of tea, the kids are off at school, a chance to ruminate and reflect about maybe something just like Scotland's future. Just an idea off the top of my head. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but there you go. I mean, my pa, that's my dad for people down south. He's always ranting at the telly, independence this, independence that, we'll no get anywhere, what happens when the oil runs out, what kind of currency will we have? And I just go, can't wait till that Coronation Street starts. And then I think to myself, well, maybe it is time I thought about these things. Maybe it's time I kind of thought a bit for myself, for example. But then I thought, that's kind of hard, because it's usually men that do all that kind of stuff for me. I mean, over the years I've looked at these very capable men, people like Gordon Brown. I mean, he's played rugby and everything, you know, absolutely amazing, and he's only got one eye. I mean, what a role model, absolutely, I can't believe it. What a strong individual towering over us all, telling us how amazing it is to be a powerful person. And I'm like, oh, I could never do that. That's just amazing. A man who plays rugby. And then it's not just him. There's that other man, David Cameron. He's even got darker hair than Gordon Brown. And he's like, I mean, he's played sport too. I think that fagging or something, I mean, it's way over my head, but it sounds really good anyway. So, I mean, he's done that. Gordon Brown's played rugby. And these people must know what they're talking about. I mean, let's face it, the last woman who did something sporty was like that Emily Pancake, and look what happened to her. I mean, I think, you know, women should keep away from that rough and tumble of sport and politics, really, and just let the burly men get on with what they're doing. I mean, I'm happy here. You know, this is my place. This is where my activity takes place. That and through watching television. But so anyway, my pa says, "Oh, you better think about what's going to happen." And I'm like, "Well, are we no better together?" And he says, "Well, you thought you were better together. That's what your husband said before he ran off with a bingo woman." And I thought, oh, maybe I should start thinking about these things. Maybe it's important. But then I thought, is it no just a bit too scary to think of what the alternative would be to if we all just stick together and carry on doing the same thing? And then I thought, well, making a cup of tea's scary. Eating a biscuit's scary. Why don't I just dive in and tackle it? Aye, why don't I just dive in and tackle this? Okay, I might get it wrong, but why can't I vote just like everybody else? I mean, I deserve the right to be heard, don't I? Surely I'm as important as any man. I can think for myself. There's nothing stopping me. I'm my own woman. I've got my own brain. Mind you, what if that gets in the way of the Great British Bake Off? I mean, if I'm halfway through baking my scones and I'm asked to make a decision, what do I do? Do I leave them in the oven? Do I ruin them? Do I throw them in the bin? Do you know what? I think I'll just get a wee dose of Jeremy Kyle and maybe just think about it later.